Jesse, Coach Buck, whatever he is on Tuesday, Wednesday,
Man, you know who I am, man. You know who I am, man. It's gonna be a good show today, man. We got two excellent men. I'm not even gonna say coaches. We got two excellent men that I grew to know, especially being at you guys' facility, man. For those who don't know, man, Terrebonne let us in. We lost our whole school, so I've been getting to know these guys more for the last 3 months. First, we got Coach Celestine, Coach Mar Celestine, who's the offensive coordinator at Terrebonne High School. I mean, he got a brilliant mind. I talked to him a few times, man. He's what you want as a coordinator. You know what I'm saying? He's a leader to these kids. They follow him. He's from the community. That's one big thing too. And man, just an awesome man. He also an athletic director at Humble Junior High. And last but not least, we got Coach Lewis. Coach Lewis, man, a guy I've been knowing for a long time. But like I said about being at Terrebonne the last few months, bro, I've been getting to know him even more. And I know he was a position coach at Terrebonne at one time, and then ventured off to West St. John and St. James, and ended up winning the championship. Man, the guy has grew and learned so much, and a lot of time I find myself soaking a lot of that stuff in. I'm just listening, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it, you know? So I definitely want to introduce you guys. I'm going to start with T.Y. too, man. Like, being a head coach, has it like sunk in yet? Because I know that's something that you wanted.
Right. I mean, the problems, the issue, yeah, but the role, man, is me still having fun, man. I'm enjoying the kids. I enjoy the coaches. I'm enjoying hanging with you every day, man. Other than trying to deal with everybody's problems, instead of just my position problem, now I got to deal with all the problems. But it's different. But I mean, the problems don't even equal up to the enjoyment and the fun we've been having the last 3 months, man. So we working, man. We working at Terrebonne, and we got some great things that's gonna come, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I just go back to my first couple months being a head coach. You know, we both were young, man, and it's totally different than what you know what I'm saying, what people expect. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different, like you said, so many different variables. When I was a running back coach, man, all I was thinking about is getting my running backs.
Right.
My running backs, they don't be the best. They don't be the best knockdown position group on the team. I'm talking about state. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know, but that's all you focus on as a running back coach, as a coordinator. You know, it's tough too. I know JC, I know you don't sleep at night sometimes. You know?
No sleep.
I know it's tough. And that's kind of like coordinator, head coach, it's both up there. You know what I'm saying? Man, but head coach, mentally, you got to work out so much.
It's so much, right? And when I came in, and then I got the job, and I spoke with Jamar, and we retained Coach Zion Morris as a defensive coordinator. I told those guys straight up, I said, I'm treating you guys like head coaches.
You
know, you guys are a mirror of what's supposed to come. You know what I'm saying? So your position coaches, that's your guys. That's your problem. You have your position coach. That's your So, but that's only gonna groom them to when they're ready to take that responsibility of that AC job. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna come. Them guys gonna be ready, man.
Right. That's good, man. I'm gonna JC something because I was in your position before, and we all just talk, man. This ain't no show, man. We just chilling. We just talk, and we having a conversation. So I've been in your shoes before too, to where I felt like I put in the work. You know what I'm saying? And I applied for the job that I didn't get. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a coordinator under this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you take it? I know when I was in that position, it was like, damn, I want to be there, but God do everything for a reason, and you always got to believe in that. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel? How do you approach it? And I don't say nothing to get you fired. No. But if you do, I'll let the
But just like you said, man, like I felt like I put in the work. I felt like I was about the community. I felt like I was for the school. But the main thing is the reason why I applied. It was because I felt like they needed somebody that cared about the kids. And when they brought in Coach T.Y., me and him had a relationship from previous. He worked with me. And one thing I can vouch for is that he loved kids. He cared about the kids. Me and him got on we just remembering, you know, how we started. me and him started bringing kids to camps way back when, before it was social media friendly. So me and him used to get in our personal vehicle. Nobody paid us. They didn't give us any money. And we brought kids to different camps. So I know when he got the job, I was like, man, he care about kids. So that let me know level-headed. I have to think like, man, is this a position for me, or is it a position that I have to be selfish? And I couldn't be selfish because this kid, he care about kids. And if you care about kids, I'm not a guy that's ever going to step in the way of that. So like you said, man, I did put in the work, and I feel like I am going to be ready for the job when my time comes, but that time don't come. And until then, we're going to get this thing right and bring Terrebonne to the top. Man,
I tell a lot of people, man, I think y'all got it together over there. I ain't gonna speak back on nothing Gary Hill did. He was he's definitely respected in our area, man. He had a lot of years, but this new wave that I'm seeing at Terrebonne, man, it's kind of, I think it's gonna make alumni proud over there, man. I think the real,
and we gotta get back to that, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, that pride. You know what I'm saying? When we come to these games, I think I'm top 10 Terrebonne fan probably in history. You know what I'm saying? So I've been going to games, football games in the 90s. JC can tell you. We would be on the sideline 93, 94, 95 throwing football around. You know what I mean? So we just been around that long, and that pride, man, and we got to get back to that. I feel we had it, because like I said, Terrebonne was a job that was a rebuild. It just needed to be tweaked and fixed. You see what I'm saying? So when I looked at it, I was like, man, we got to go from the ground up. Now we need to be modern. We need to be tweaking things. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing that can be done for the program that probably Coach Hill, and I love Coach Hill, you know what I'm saying, that he probably just went up on. You know what I'm saying? That grind, I think that grind kind of went down in him. That he didn't have that summer hit like he used to. And getting out there in the summer every time. Man, you got 2-3 people at workouts. It can't work that way. 2-3 people can't work out 50.
So I'm asking all y'all, where do we start? You know what I'm saying? How do you, like, you coming into a program and you've been there, you know what I'm saying? And you know the work that y'all been putting in. I'm not gonna say the past coaching staff was just sitting back and doing nothing. But how do we do that? And I'm with you 100%. What's the approach?
I have to touch on that though, because you know I feel some type of way. I was a part of that coaching staff for the last 6 years. And you know people they generally say, man, this coaching staff need to be fired. Everybody need to be clean house. But if you go, we based on facts. Okay, you compare Terrebonne High School to every school inside the Tri-Parish area, the last 5 years, and you go to Power 5 signees. You go to the top of that list. Guess what school is going to be number one? Terrebonne High School. So the fact that people say, man, we got a clean house, the proof is in the pudding. You can't have that much success without the coaching staff doing something correct. We have to be doing something correct. Okay, so when people, man, the whole staff gotta go. You know, you hear the chatters from the staff. You've been a part of it. So it's like you feeling some type of way because my summers has been voided to this job. For as sacrifices, bringing kids places, like I mentioned about me and Coach Tyler, bringing kids places, spending our own money. Terrebonne Parish wasn't giving us no money to bring kids to camps. That was coming out of our personal funding. And people lose that all the time. And you know, they coaching staff. But I had a hit. We lost arguably the best player, not only in the Tri-Parish, but he proved he was the best on the Etna Car team, and we all know the success Etna Car had. We lost that kid. He was the most electrifying kid with the football in his hand. When you go from having that kid thinking he's going to touch it 23 times, maybe 25 a game, you go to starting 9th graders and 10th graders in the backfield. Not saying that those guys aren't talented, but they're not at his level yet. They didn't have that work ethic yet. They didn't put in those summers that he put in. So you lose that guy, not only him, but you lose the most electrifying defensive player, arguably in the Tri-Parish also. Alright, so when people compare, you know, the coaches that, man, they all need to be fired. That stung me because I know how passionate and how much work we put in as a staff. You get what I'm saying? So you got to look at it from, has Terrebonne been successful? If you go and compare us to any school in the Tri-Parish and look at our signees, it's bar none. Terrebonne is number one on that list. Ellen, you have been doing a great job. I'm not going to just tell you that as you hear. Ellen has been putting some people out also.
Right.
But when you look at that list, nobody's up there at the top with most. I'm talking about kids are going Power 5, Florida State, LSU. And they're not just going. They're playing as freshmen. They're competing as freshmen. You don't do that without being prepared in high school.
But definitely a bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? It's always a bigger picture, you know. Everybody wants the W, man. Everybody want to be a winner, coach.
Right.
But no one knows the struggle it takes to win, bro.
Right.
And it all stems from the resources.
Yeah.
We're in the toughest district in 5A, in my opinion.
Facts.
You know, outside of the academy, you know what I'm saying? If you think about it, I was at Homeville for a month.
Right.
Prior to me going to St. John's, I was defensive back coach.
Right.
I saw the resources they had,
Right.
from the weight room to a strength and conditioning coach.
Right.
Destringham had just as much, if not more. East St. John had just as much, if not more. I'm from the River Parish. I played at West St. John. I coached at West St. John.
Right.
You understand? These folks in this area want us to be successful, but don't want to give us the things we need to be successful. Just to compete. Just to compete.
Right. So how we switch that up at Terrebonne, now you at the helm, you running the show, I see you got the fundraisers, I see you get things building, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I told people, you more modern, you younger, you more innovative. And I'm still that's from the sideline, I'm seeing this, you know what I'm saying? So what you can do is start bringing in those things that you've seen in these different schools.
I'm gonna go back to my roots, bro. My grandmother said, "Closed mouth ain't gonna get you fed." So I'm going out there. I'm gonna ask.
Right.
I'm going to the school board member. Hey, bro, we need this. How you expect me to compete with these guys if we don't have this? It's all about my kids. How you gonna get my kids this, my kids that? You know, my kids will always be first. You know what I'm saying? So like I told him, I said, man, look, I go to the school. I've been to the superintendent. I called him, hey, but you know, look, this is what we have. We need this. This is what we have, man. If you think about what I did, what we did. We changed everything. We changed the coaches always around. Buck can tell you that. Took stuff out of there, throw stuff away. We changed the locker room. Hopefully, we're gonna be getting a new locker room because we have little issues in there. You know, it's far away from the storm. Like things gonna change, man. We're gonna upgrade things. We're gonna give the kids what they need to be successful. All they gotta do is buy in. The staff gonna be there. The staff gonna work their butts off to make sure that we put them in the right position to be successful, man. And then we're gonna get back to the community, man. We're gonna serve the community, bro. You know?
That's the biggest thing too. That's what I say. Get the community back.
That's it.
You know
Get them alumni, man. Terrebonne is the second active oldest public high school in the state of Louisiana.
Right.
Terrebonne.
200 years old. The Rex been running Terrebonne.
1908. They got too many people that came through Terrebonne and said we don't have the resources.
Right.
Man, look, I know y'all gonna watch this. Come on, give back to the community, man. Give back to the school. It's time. It's time. It's time, bro. It's time. The more we have, the more opportunity our kids want to have, bro.
I agree, bro.
And to touch on what Coach Lewis said, everybody wants a successful program,
Yeah.
but are you tagging along or are you helping to get to that point of success?
Right.
A lot of people come around. I'm gonna go back to the story when we went to the semifinals, right? We 8-0.
Yeah.
We still didn't have money to feed our kids. We still had to go out there and put resources together to make sure that we had enough for meals. We had a nice lady helping us out to make sure we had money to feed our kids for as our pregame meal. How you 8-0 as a football team, 8-0, and you don't have money to feed your team pregame meals? But the community say it's our team. If it's our team, man, give back to those kids. It's not about me or you. It's about those kids. Give back to those kids.
It hurts hearing that type of stuff, especially when you coaching and people saying fire the whole staff. And all the stuff y'all talking about, we're like, yes, yes. You know, we
gotta be said.
We don't have to. Parents, community, whatever it is, and we haven't been to school as you know, y'all over 100 years old. We ain't even close to that. You know, so it's definitely tough for us as well, man. But the hours that we spend over the summertime, I remember we did like a little fall camp to where we got the kids down from 7 to 9 a.m. We coming out of our pocket to feed them. Then the last day we get 2 water slides, hire people to barbecue and all. People don't understand that. People don't see that. You know what I'm saying? All you want to see the win, but the win is actually your kid doing something, being a part of something because
being something special.
Something special, right?
Teaching them about life, man.
Teaching them about life.
And the game of football taught me life, and I think we're doing that in return, teaching these kids about life, man. Because you're gonna struggle in life. You're gonna face adversity in life, man. You're gonna have hard times, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, bro, people gotta realize that this is not an easy profession. Because we still have to deal with your kids who go through a lot mentally that they might not be telling you anything, that tell us everything. So you understand, we're going through it with your kids. So I mean, give us a shot, man. Give us a shot.
And the shot warranted, bro. And the shot is definitely warranted, man. And what I think about, what I'm proud of, when I'm sitting here with y'all three guys, that it's all people of color.
Yeah.
People that come from where we come from, the neighborhoods that we stomped in. That's where our kids come from.
Right.
So why not they need somebody they can relate to and see every day. Like, man, I can go to a kid and be like, man, I understand you might not have nothing to eat last night. Cause I was there at 16.
Right.
I understand it, man. Mom might be working and you gotta take care of your brother and sister. Cause I was there at 16.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is what I can help you do, man. Cause we done been through it.
Right.
So you can help navigate those kids. We dealing with kids that's coming from a lot of bad situations, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them, but good coming from a great situation, man. So how y'all plan, attacking that and being open to the kids? See, cause you knew, you know what I mean? So being new, it's hard for a kid to open up to a person I met 2-3 months ago. So how do you attack that?
Honestly, it's just like I tell them every day. Coach gonna be real.
Right.
Coach ain't cutting no corners.
Right.
His wife don't cut corners. Coach gonna be loyal to you. Coach gonna be real. And what you need, come speak to me. Come talk to me. My door is open. You know what I'm saying? My door is open. The kids know. The coaches know. The community know. My door is open, man. And like I said, if you need something, man, look. I can help. I'm gonna try my best to find somebody to help. I can call Buck. Hey Buck, I might not have this, but man, look, I got a kid that's it, and he's gonna come through. JC gonna come through. If I call you, coach, you gonna come through. And that's what it's gonna take, bro. But the kids gotta know first of all you care, and second of all that you gonna be real with
it.
You can't fake it. You can't fake it. The kids are exposed to too much. You can't fake it. So at the end of the day, man, is be open, be honest. But guess what? Care. You know what I'm saying? Have affection, bro. And honestly, bro, just like I said, keep it real, man. Coach might have a sign. They already know Coach got a sign coming. Keep it real. That's all you can do.
Transparency, man. You have to talk to these kids the same way that so they can understand. You gotta get on their level sometimes. Sometimes you can't be that I'm so perfect. You gotta be that guy to be, listen, I did it wrong also when I was a I broke curfew. My mom had to get on me too. You remember my mom had a curfew rule. I had a curfew rule. He can tell you. He grew up with me.
The lights.
When that light come on, you gotta be on the phone.
We had to go and plug the wire.
So transparency with your kids, man. Be direct with them, man. Let them know, listen, I did wrong. You made a mistake. Right. This is how I evolved from that mistake. Right. This is how you can evolve from that mistake.
And I'm gonna just kind of pick up what everybody said. You know what I'm saying? You definitely gotta understand it. You definitely gotta be real. And another thing that T.Y. said, man, you gotta care. Man. Every kid, y'all might think I'm lying. I definitely got an open door policy. But if I got an issue with a kid, the first thing when I bring him in my office, you know what I tell him? I said, I love you, Dad. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I say. And I had a kid one time, and he's a rough kid, and we're still working on it. I told him I love you. He was like this at first. You know what I'm saying? Mean mugging, that fake little mean mug. I told him, man, I love you, Dad. He started smiling. I said, then look in my head, I said, nah. You know what I'm saying? He about to open up to me. And he ended up telling me some real stuff. And stuff that was going on at home. But at the end of the day, the kids got to understand that they need that person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad like we got people like us coaching these kids in our community. I grew up, I don't just care about the east side, no. I'm from Doolittle. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the west. You know, but at the end of the day, I want all of our kids in this community, man. I'm trying to open up that paper. You know what I'm saying? Reading something happened to a Terrebonne kid, an Eleanor kid, an HL kid, all that, man. I'm tired of that, but they need more like us. And if we stay consistent, and we do all part, man, I think we'll change a little bit.
And that's big, Buck, that you care about everything, man. And I can speak on my own experience that At one point, they were talking about closing West St. John down. I'm from West. I graduated. That's my roots.
Right.
I went to every meeting they had. I spoke at every board meeting. They got tired of me. They got to a point that they try to escort me out there. Because guess what? That's not. I'm gonna fight for mine, man. I'm gonna fight. Day after day, I bleed blue and white. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where I learned everything. That's where I came from. And you know what I'm saying? And if we start putting that back into Terrebonne, man, back to Ellender and then back to Bourgeois and back to all these other schools. Imagine how deep that's gonna go, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm passionate about them things. I love Nigga State University. I thank God I was Nigga State University. I ain't gonna grab it. Hey, bro, but I learned so much. So pride, man. It's pride. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Even one thing I hate, coach, is when they say, well, my kids don't go there no more, so I ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
Well, I ain't got no affiliations, but you're alumni.
Right. That's the
You're alumni. You're supposed to give back. That's for generations to come.
Right.
That's what legacy did you leave? When I talk to my kids, what kind of legacy will you leave at Terrebonne?
Right.
It's not about being a superstar.
Right.
It ain't about, you could have been that team guy that may not play college ball. You might end up being one of the best coaches in the nation, and maybe in the history of football. You never know what that's going to take. The best lawyer, the best doctor.
Right.
What legacy will you leave? And we have to start promoting legacy instead of just saying, hey, he's good. What legacy will he leave? He was just good, or what he's going to do after the fact. You know what I'm saying? So, I preach legacy, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Take it a step further. Like when you say, when I grew up, we wasn't trying to go to no other school but Terrebonne.
Right.
I got a guy that can vouch for this, Johnny Carter, Polo, my lineman, the best lineman that ever played football in my perspective. That's my viewpoint.
Right.
We had an opportunity to go to another school.
Right.
We had an opportunity to go to another school. You know, we looked at each other in the eye and said, man, we going to Terrebonne. We going to fight on Terrebonne. It's like it to put that helmet on. We were the only ninth graders to come from Homer Junior High. We were the first to do it. That would give y'all history lesson.
Right.
We came from Homer Junior High, and we were allowed to play for Terrebonne High School from the junior high.
Right.
It wasn't doing it. They had to ask special permission for us to do it. We felt so great just to be a part of the Wayne Jones, the Glenn Manning, just to be out there. I was able to get sacked by Glenn Jones. Glenn. R.I.P. That's mad though. I was able to get sacked by Glenn. I was able to make Wayne and Glenn run into each other. I had Alan Wagner chasing me. Y'all gotta understand the history of how good that defense was. That's when they were top 5 defenses. I had those guys, I got to practice with those guys and play with them. So that was just the prize. When I put on this, man, it's a brand. I feel, man, when I wear it, I went everywhere. Y'all see me all around town. You see me?
Terrebonne.
This guy on something Terrebonne. It's because I love it.
Yeah, I love that.
Those kids got to buy into it and feel the same way. I can't love it
not happening no more, JC, because there's a lot of made mixture.
Right.
They ain't come from up the bayou, Louisville, back in town no more. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Right.
We grew up the bayou, back of town, Louisville.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? West side, you know what I'm saying? The west side got about 3 different neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So we all come together. We couldn't wait. We go to South Down together. We go to Home Junior High together. We go to Terrebonne together. But now you might get a kid that might be 2-3 years here, come to Terrebonne. Couple years here, come to Terrebonne. Grew up over here, immigrated into Terrebonne.
Right.
So we got to get back to the pride thing because they wasn't born and bred in this.
That makes
You know what I'm
sense.
saying? So now you said pride, because every team are put together now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't grow up in the same neighborhood. These kids didn't go to elementary. They might play some TPR together, little travel ball together.
That makes a lot of sense.
You know, like you said, you got to get back to
That
the
makes a
pride.
lot of sense because it take me back. I remember being in the elementary and in junior high and going to watch West St. John play, and I'm like, boy,
I
can't wait. It was a privilege. It was a privilege to play football at high school at West St. John, bro. I knew coming in from 8th grade, I'm gonna be next star running back.
Right.
I'm gonna be next star running back. I knew I'm gonna toe the rock.
Right.
And sure enough, when Patrick Jackson, boy, that was my idol. Patrick Jackson broke every record they had back then. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, I'm gonna be just like Pat. I'm gonna be the next Pat. That's what I believe. And then I think even with going to St. James with Shaz Preston, bro. And Shaz Preston is a great kid. He's a humble kid, bro. He worked his butt off.
That kid, Alabama.
Yeah, it's not Alabama. Roll Tide for Jamal. And bro, he worked his ass off, man. And you know what's up, bro? When I got here, I had my 8th graders. I had my 8th graders come work out with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school, and they saw the football magazine on my desk. And like, Coach, that's Shaz Preston.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah. They say, Coach, you know Shaz Preston? I said, yeah, I coach Shaz Preston. No, come on, Coach, you coach Shaz Preston. They're excited about it. I said, yeah, y'all want to talk to Shaz? So I'll FaceTime Shaz.
Right.
Shaz didn't answer, but Shaz was in a training session. Shaz called me back and said, Coach, next time you get with your guys, just FaceTime. I'll talk to them for you. And that's what it's about, man. So that's what we trying to breed at Terrebonne, man. Like I said, I talked to Mason, I talked to Jakai, and even with Jalen, you know what I'm saying?
He's still Terrebonne.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, come keep it real with these guys. Let them know that this next level stuff ain't as easy as you think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they come back and drop them jewels.
Drop the jewels, bro. And that's what's gonna start happening at Terrebonne, man. That stuff right there, and then that's gonna just keep trending, bro. I could call it a cycle. It's always gonna take one, and then you get one, and you get one, and that thing just gonna keep going and keep going and keep going, man. You know what I'm saying? Terrebonne gonna be Terrebonne. It was Terrebonne before I got there. It gonna be Terrebonne when I'm gone, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's time to bring the people that started this stuff back into it. And take it and start building it to where it need to be. Ain't no reason Terrebonne can't get in the car or you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, I agree with you.
You excited about the one, man? Look at it, that's a cold right
It's not just talk, I mean emotional.
I know.
It ain't about me. I told JC, it ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to look. I'm not a head coach that looking. Oh, I want to get in the Hall of Fame. I want to win $100,000 games. Nah, man. It's not what that. So you don't. Nah, man. I want to see these kids be successful, bro. I'm all over the kids.
And what come with it,
And what come with it. State titles come with it. District titles come with it. Man, I'm good with that. That's for y'all. You know what I'm saying? They don't do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta tell you, I'm chasing the state title.
Me too. I'm with what he said.
I love the kids. Everybody know I love them. Yeah. I want the ring to solidify. I want Terrebonne to actually get a state championship. We've been there in 1983.
83. By the way, I'll let you know, I got something special for 83 too. I put something special in 83. I put something special. Buck season, I put something special in 83.
Nobody back. Right, and gave them their flowers.
We've been there before. We can get back there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every day you will see it. It's hard. Hey, bro, 5 minutes tough, bro. But we gonna have a great staff, bro. Them guys gonna work their ass off. The kids gonna believe in them. They gonna believe in the kids. You know what I'm saying? Once we get our nucleus right, coach, anything on the outside, that ain't even gonna matter. They can say what they want. They can text what they want. They can tweet what they want. But once this right, man, once this solid, man, I learned that. We want to West St. John. We want a state title at West St. John. I've been to St. James. They got state titles, man. Once you fix this, man, nothing else doesn't even matter. I'm telling you. So that's what I'm getting my kids to believe in, bro. I greet them every day. They'll hear this from me and Buck here every day, coach. Well, I say, hey, man, it's a great day to be a Tiger. And guess what? Not just a Tiger. A Terrebonne Tiger. I couldn't love that, man.
I can't wait to get back to my school.
Hey, bro, but that's us. It ain't really no, man. It's all about us, bro. It's all about Terrebonne. Nothing else matters. And that's how you be successful. Because we gonna work. Don't get me wrong. X's and O's. But once we learn how to bond and build it, we good. That's it. And once that happens,
and another thing, when people start playing for the name on front, the jersey, not the one on the back. That's when we come together. You know what I'm saying? You can do something that's bigger than you. You know what I mean? If you can play for what's on front of your shirt, and not the one that's on the back of it. Because a lot of kids are coming in on this me, mama, me, daddy, me, because like me and Buck said one time, what's the first thing you see a kid after he come from a basketball game? What's the first thing you ask?
I didn't meet what
How many points you had?
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm a father, y'all know that. I'm a father of 3 boys. The first thing I ask my son is, did you have fun?
Right.
Did you try your best?
Right.
That's my question. And my wife is like, did you have fun? Right. Did you try your best?
Right.
Oh man.
Because I want him to understand it's not just about him.
Right.
Right? But the main thing is about having fun.
Yeah.
When you having fun,
It's different.
when you having fun and you balling out, it's different.
Yeah, it's different, bro.
When we were very successful, we were having fun.
Right.
We had on the sideline. I'm gonna just tell you, hey man, we're gonna get Raising Cane's. Whoever run this kick will turn back. Go Celestine buying a kick. I'm buying y'all Raising Cane's.
Better than playing for each other.
That's the thing, please.
I remember when I was playing, bro, and Coach called a play, and I know I'm getting the ball, and my old liner look at me, the guard look at me because we were running track, and say, I got you, just run behind you.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to instill back into our program.
Right.
Playing for each other, fighting for each other, man. But that's just how sports need to get back to team. Team instead of individual. You're going to get recruited if you're doing your job.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Hey, guess what? You might not have to touch the ball 10 times to get recruited. Because guess what? College coach will come there, you pass the eye test. Hey, coach, what's up with this kid? You got the GPA, you got the ACT score, you ain't got to touch the ball. Because guess what? Oh, coach, I can do something with him.
The potential.
The potential. The potential. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got to go get 1,000 yards or rush for 500 or 250 a game. You know what I'm saying? You trust me. When the scouts come through Terrebonne, and I did it, I was recruiting coordinator at St. James, they're gonna see every kid that's on our roster for their class on that list.
Right.
I'm gonna give them opportunity to recruit everybody.
Right.
Now I can't get them recruited. I can't guarantee you nothing. But I'm gonna showcase your kids. I'm gonna put them out there. The rest is up to them. Whether they performing in the classroom, or whether they get the ACT score. But they're gonna get recruited, coach. But guess what? My biggest thing is you playing for your brother.
Right.
The recruit stuff gonna happen. The process is gonna happen, bro. You understand? Everybody wanna be recruited, but why?
Right.
Why?
It sounds good.
It sounds good. It sounds good. Why do you want to get recruited? You don't even know. Well, guess what? Those people giving you 80,000 plus to get an education.
Right.
Man, look, coach, I'm gonna get the free education, and if I go to that league and get that money, I'm gonna get that money. But a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
You gotta get that education. Those people give you free education.
Right.
A full ride get you free education, coach.
Yeah.
And you can go a long way with free education.
Yeah,
Guess what?
right.
And you can come back and get back to
All
your
like I
community.
said, all y'all guys.
That's
You
it.
see what I'm saying? All y'all college graduates.
Right.
You can't be in these positions if you can't walk across that.
Exactly. So, and guess what? Coaching don't pay you the money. It's the teaching that pays us the money.
It don't pay you the money.
We gotta teach first. We leave a teaching position to go to our coaching position. You know what I'm saying? We ain't in college. They ain't giving us money. They ain't giving us 80,000 just to go coach football. I wish Terrebonne parents would pay the coaches just to coach football. Right, coach?
Every day like
You know what I'm saying? But that's not what we do, man. We educate first and we coach second, bro. That's why we preach student first, athlete second. Because that's what, when the scouts came in from my only man say, I'm here because I know you can play.
Right.
I want to see what the grades look like. I'm gonna pull it out. Okay, put the film on. Let's have fun now. Ooh, I see you. You know what I'm saying? But that's where it stems from, man. A lot of people think it's from performance. Man, and a lot of these kids, let's talk about recruiting, right? Let's get on the recruiting topic. A lot of these kids are getting these offers, right? And all these offers, some of these offers are fake.
Come on.
Your parents need to be educated on it. Some of these offers are fake. Some of these things don't even stick. You might get offered as a freshman, and that coach leave as your junior year.
Right.
That next coach ain't gotta honor that offer. So you gotta understand, man, you can't stop grinding as an athlete because you never know what's gonna happen. They might change their mind. They might sign a guy, they might sign Buck before they sign me. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna pull that offer. So the parents need to be educated on that too, man. Just because your kid got an offer don't mean nothing. That ain't nothing. Until you can sign that black and white paper, then everything is solid. Offers don't mean nothing. All that is words and picture you can put on social media, man. Your grind can't stop, man. And that's why I try to preach to our kids, especially when I was at St. James. Offers don't mean nothing. Everybody, I got 52 offers, but how many schools you can go to, coach? How many you can only go to one? Hey man, so some of these people that took the recruiting stuff and then just confetti in the air, man. You know what I'm saying? What we grabbing? That
I'm gonna tell you this, they have a lot of people talking about recruiting that ain't never been to college.
Right.
Never experienced that. They never spoke to a college coach. Some of these people never been to, they don't even know about a coaching clinic. They never spoke to no college coach, so they basing these kids and telling these kids, hey, I'm gonna get you recruited.
Right.
They don't have any idea of what steps they need to take in order to put them for success. So you really just selling these kids' dreams. I'm talking about getting kids to transfer schools based off. I'm trying to personal feelings instead of what's best for the kid.
Another thing is they offer kids just by seeing them play, but they don't know the grades. So when they come down for you to get into that school, you can't even get into that school. So that's what I'm saying. These offers, they sound good, but they're not what it is. They're not what it is because guess what? If you're not doing your part in that classroom, none of that is possible, man.
I agree.
I've seen it happen already. I've seen it happen too many times. So the biggest thing is, man, the parents got to get educated, the kids got to stay educated, and coaches got to do their part. But not only coaches, trainers got to do their part. They got to learn this stuff. They got to learn it. The trainers, they got to learn that stuff. They got to understand the recruiting process, man. You can't be feeding these kids a dream and they come to me and I keep it real, and then I don't be mad at me because I'm keeping it real with them. We can't do that. So everybody need to get on the same page and get educated about this stuff, man. And that's what we have. We got a lot of people feed these kids bad information and they don't even know what it is. You know what I'm saying? How about you come sit down with one of the coaches, get educated. We can go to one of the NCAA classes together. We're going to do the webinar together. It's free. It's free.
You have to take pride out of it.
Right, got it.
There's too much pride involved. You can't have too much pride when you're dealing with kids. Pride should never be a factor because if it's best for the kid, it's best for the kid. It don't matter if I don't like you. You're a great basketball coach. My kid can come to you. It's not personal vendetta. You get what I'm saying? But in times now, I don't like that guy. I'm gonna go somewhere else. It shouldn't be about that.
They don't know why they don't like it half the time.
They don't even know why. I heard something from somebody.
Right.
We gotta find it. Now you go. I was just saying off the last one. I thought that was stop.
Well, so you want to switch the topic?
Man, but yeah, coach, man, let's stay on it because let's stay on the top of that. That everybody need to be educated on the process. It's more than just the glory. It's more than just posting the kid and them and the accolades. You know what I'm saying? And the sports accolades, not their grades and them making good score. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand the recruiting process. Yeah, these kids might be getting these little offers by paper, but what are the schoolwork at? How many trainers that came to you? And I'm not down to train. How many people that came to you and say, hey coach, I'm training so and so, I'm working on this. Man, what does grades look like? And not many people do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about the aspect. All they care about is the show. And it can't be that because we feeding them. It's like we feed them the BS. You know what I'm saying?
Coach, I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? I'm a parent too, and I'm hoping one of my kids able to go through that process. What's your advice on parents who kids are getting these type of offers? Like what do you say to them? Like,
man, continue to stay on your kids with the basic stuff you've been staying on them with. Grades. Getting your rest, getting your grades. Serious about school, not getting in trouble. Continue to work hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because your career not over until you're a senior. I don't care how many offers you got. You go your knee, go a shoulder, and none of that out the window. Because guess what? College, I'm going to just be real. Them college coaches got a job to do. It's a business. It's a business. If they can't get you, they're moving on. If they don't like what they got out of you, they're moving on. So you can't be in your feelings about it. But my thing is, Buck, is keep it real with your kid. Keep school first. Keep them doing what they're supposed to do. Accountability. Hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? And the rest it's gonna handle itself.
So do you stress like with the poor? Because now it's hard to help as a high school athlete. So now. How we get the kids out now because they trying to win now.
They trying to win now. I'm going to try to win now. Oh my God, then what do you call NIL? I had a parent call me and say, Coach, what's up with the NIL? I said, listen, I don't know enough to even talk to you. I said, in my opinion, I said, there's loopholes behind it and I don't trust it. Because at the end of the day, if your kid making money, everybody that make money in the world gotta pay taxes, right? Who's gonna pay them taxes, coach? So guess who gotta pay them taxes? The parents.
Yeah.
But guess what? I did my taxes the other day on this free site because I ain't going to nobody because I know I ain't getting much back and you know how it happens. I ain't got no dependents. And then actually, if you had kids get paid, I saw that. Them people messing with them folks, man. Them people messing with them folks. But I also feel like there's an opportunity for schools to get recruit kids too. Right. Guess what? If I own Tom Baker Factory, and I'm an alumni of Terrebonne, I'm gonna say, hey, mom, look, I'm buying this. I got this house right here. You can move in right here. Your kid go to Terrebonne. I'm gonna make sure I give him $20,000 a year. Right. Make sure you go. Man, that's easy to do. But guess what? How can you control it? You can't control it. So, but they the state want to control eligibility where kids move around and stuff. But how you control it? How you control it, man? It's so far fetched, man. I'm not saying I'm not for it, bro. And I'm not saying I'm for it. You know what I'm saying? Kids need money to help their parents make it. Like you said, we all did our part to try to help our mom, babysit our siblings, do this and the third. You know what I'm saying? But at what cost? You feel what I'm saying? There's always that small price. At what cost?
I think it would be the integrity.
Man, look, it's scary, bro. It's scary. It's scary, man. It's scary. I ain't gonna tell you no story, bro. I'm scared to see what's gonna come from it. Yeah. You know?
So, man, coach, man, both y'all, you know, Buck, JC, Coach T, y'all 7-on-7 coming up. You know what I'm saying? 7-on-7, and I'm a basketball guy. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did for a long time, many years. So what y'all think on the 7-on-7 being the new AAU basketball, the new travel, the new wave, like the new thing?
For different teams.
Yeah, like, you know, it's crazy right now.
Honestly, bro.
Do you advise it?
I mean, I coach on a 7-on-7 team with the Louisiana Bootleggers. You know, I'm honestly, bro, they giving the kids something to do.
Right.
But if you not teaching the right thing, dog, you got no business doing these 7-on-7 teams. Hey, bro, they creating bad habits, man. We got kids taking false stuff off of releases. We got it's just crazy. I said, man, by the time you get off the route, my contract's set.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got kids. So with the bootleggers, though, I mean, when we do get our kids, man, we teach our kids concept. All right. You know, when we do practice, we teach, hey, man, that's a bad step. Do this. You know what I'm saying? When we do get our practices in, some people doing the right thing, man, but a lot of people just in because it's a new thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a new thing.
Because they want to win ships.
They want to win
championships.
Man,
my take on it is this. I'm all for it. If a kid is going to have an opportunity to do something other than get in trouble, I'm all for it. Right. And 7-on-7 provides an avenue for them to be away from home, but in a safe environment. Right. So I'm all for you doing that. Right. But like Coach said, just to piggyback, teach these kids the right way. Yeah. You have receivers. I have receivers coming back to Terrebonne. I'm telling them, let's go. We doing get-offs. It's 10 minutes at the line of scrimmage. Let me tell you something. Anybody that know football, how many seconds your quarterback got to do football in high school?
2.5 at best.
So after you finish doing your dancing machine, my quarterback running for his life on his back, and you mad because you can't get that ball. Your daddy mad because I took you out the game. Well, guess what? You're not doing what the offense requires. You're not doing what I asked you to do. So teach these kids the correct technique. Teach them how to properly run a route. Some of those kids are not being touched on 7-on-7. So when it comes to real football, and I'm putting my hand on you, he getting jammed all the way out of bounds. He over there sitting next to me on the bench. And you wonder, he did good in 7-on-7. He caught 14 touchdowns. Coach, you been putting him in the game. You don't like my son. No, it's not personal. These kids have to learn the correct way. Teach these kids the correct fundamentals. If you don't know, they have coaching clinics out there. Hey, coaching clinics.
They're free. Some of
them free. Some of them you have to pay out of your own pocket. I did it in years. Invest in what you want to do. If you're going to call yourself a coach, if you're going to build a 7-on-7 team, why not go to these coaching clinics and talk to these $1 million coaches, college coaches that don't mind giving and sharing information. Learn the proper technique to teach these kids. That's my take on 7-on-7.
It definitely created that. I didn't watch some of our players play, and they come back from 7-on-7, they run the fade like they turn around as soon as the ball snaps. So we don't run fades like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta push leverage. Right. So it definitely creates bad habits, but I always promote if you're going to get recruited and that's the way you gonna get recruited. I can't knock it. I definitely can't knock it because nowadays, man, I'm reading on Twitter. One of my players got an offer one year, may not been a real offer, but a kid got an offer from after 7-on-7 weekend.
Right, and you get exposed. I mean, the kids are getting exposure. You have the media out there, you have the sports media out there, and it helping them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it helping them. But the thing is, when it comes down to come back into the team ball, it's hurting the position coaches and the coordinators because they're receiving this bad habit, and now we gotta keep reteaching it. You know, I had one of my kids that we went to Lafayette. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching this game. And I'm looking at the DB because, you know, I coach DB. The DB is on his heels. Yeah, he's on his heels, but yet he's on his heels and he's in a press stance. He's pressed and he's on his heels. So my receiver want to swim, he gets underneath him. So once they come back off, I said, hey, do you see your DB in front of you? No. I said, as a receiver, you should always read your DB. You should always read the field to understand you may have to adjust your route based on what you see. Right. You understand? And that's just how you do the game. I said, your DB is on his heels. He's on his heels. So what you gotta do? I don't know, coach. You gotta press him. He's gonna fall. Right. You gotta press him. So he came back, did it, boom. Wide open. You know what I'm saying? So it's the small things, you know. But you gotta have these coaches that see that. You know, you gotta have these coaches that see the small thing. Right. But I mean, at the end of the day, like you say, man, it's giving the kids something to do. Giving them something to do. Giving them something to do. It's helping them with the recruiting process. Right. It's hurting us. Don't get me wrong. We're not selfish. It's hurting us. But at the end of the day, there's positive that's coming.
So what could it do? Because the forum be all the way around to help y'all. Because y'all think about it, at one time they hated AAU basketball. Right. High school coaches, they hated that. Yeah. But now they had to convey to it because they know that's a lane for some kids maybe to get the look that they maybe can't get in the winter when they playing because they got coaches playing too. Right. They coaching too, so I ain't got time. You gotta be special for me to come down to Louisiana to come watch you play if I'm in season. You know what I mean? So
you're right, man.
So we just have to keep it, to get it better. It ain't going nowhere.
No, not even close. It's a money maker too. It's a money maker too. So at the end of the day, man, like I said, if some of these guys as serious as they say they are about kids and the game itself, you learn the small things to help these kids because at the end of the day, these kids still got to get recruited, still got to go back to school. So my thing is, you know, if you care, then correct it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's so much you can do with it because there's so many teams, there's so many BS with it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If those guys care, they'll fix what they need to fix for the kids. You know what I'm saying?
But as coaches, we can also start our own and get our guys to actually gel more. The more time they spend together, the better they are. Now I know my quarterback is going to be throwing this ball at a 30-degree angle instead of him throwing the fade route at another option. Now I know my receiver is going to break off this slant route because of how the quarterback is positioned. So it gives an opportunity for us to gel more, you know what I mean, as a team, as a unit.
100%. And they don't create those bad habits. Why? Because you coach them. Because you coach them, they're going to do exactly how you coach.
More than just a little trophy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody can buy a trophy. Devin's up the road over there. You know what I'm saying? So more than a trophy, bro. You know,
it's all about development, man.
That's it right there. That's all about
more than the trophy. More than the trophy. Because it's more than the trophy.
Y'all gonna drop that in the can? Y'all gonna drop that and everybody know? Or just drop it? Y'all put it out or y'all gonna wait?
We gonna put it out, man.
Y'all gonna put it out or y'all gonna wait?
Go ahead. For all the people who say I look like Goldwood, well, say T.Y. look like me.
I'm the Jesse Turner of Terrebonne.
Nah, man, we really trying to do something for the community.
I agree, man.
Because elementary Terrebonne basketball, no matter what it is, football, they supposed to get the upper hand the last few years.
But it's playing around.
It's still around because the east side versus west side. Everybody knows that. So, when T.Y. came, now I was actually going to bring up the idea to get Coach Hill as well.
Right.
But he ended up, what happened. And T.Y. came and he kind of helped me think of the name. And I'm like, yeah, we can call it in the coach's classroom. You know what I'm saying? So, playing at the big trophy. You know what I'm saying? We'll have 10 plaques.
Terrebonne.
And we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, so week six, we're gonna break out the first annual intra-coastal classic between Terrebonne and Eleanor. And man, it's really for the people to come out, man, and enjoy their school, and it's something to work for, something for both our kids to work for. Now, it's unfortunately that game fell on our homecoming as well.
Hey, man, about to put your homecoming, man.
But guess what?
Come on, Buck.
Hey, what week?
Everybody play 1 week.
But guess what? I'm gonna say this: the schedule was made before I got there. Homecoming was made before I got there. But you should have been there. You can send it, Buck. Hey, Buck. But what week it was originally?
We two.
We moved to 6. That's his fault. We're doing something big for the community, man. We're doing something to just keep that togetherness, man, for home, you know what I'm saying? Everything that happened with Ida, man, is helping everybody. We come together, build it together. Everybody know Terrebonne got the big showdown with HL, the stadium showdown. We're gonna do that as well because we do share a stadium. And
we don't share a stadium. We allow them to.
I'm sorry.
HL coming there.
I'm sorry.
One day I
Facebook that conversation.
I'm sorry.
Share a stadium means they have a locker room and have a time.
I'm sorry about that. I know Buck and Coach Dee.
They come once a week and bar out there. We're sitting back on
They bar out end zone. They don't go in the locker room.
I pull up in the morning, I see braids up there.
Hey, but that took me back to resources. There's no reason the school board couldn't put his lights and turf at that field. There's no reason. There was no reason for them not to do that, man. But the problem is, and I might get backlash for it, people don't like change.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? People don't like change, but people don't like to grow either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you talk about growth, but yet we still got the same thing we've been doing or same thing we've been having,
right.
But you want to grow. You don't grow with the same, you grow with new.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You get new. As you grow, you get new. You understand? So one of the reasons I came back was to not only because I fell in love with home, I fell in love with Terrebonne, but it's to help this place elevate, man. Help this evolve. You understand? Think about the history of Walmart. Walmart changed decade after decade after decade.
Now they ain't got work. Check yourself out.
They're successful. Walmart's $1 million company, and instead they were every decade they grew for the COVID. Man, some people had curbside. They started that.
Right.
They gonna deliver to your house. Man, them people, folks said we're not missing out on this. We're gonna just get better.
Right.
We're gonna get better, and I think that's what we lack right now. And that's the new stuff we need to be. As we gonna grow, bro.
Right.
We need new things to grow. So new ideas, new people, fresh minds. Man, like I said, man, I know a lot of people get out there and just and let's grow together, man. Send your ideas, get the people that's supposed to be helping us helping us to grow. Make them help us, make them grow.
Man, actually, though, it's by you being the head coach, is you ready for that pressure? Because let me tell you now, standing at that helm with that headset on, and you look up stands, man, it's real pressure because, you know what I'm saying, our pressure a little different than they might have had in the Valley and out there in St. James. So is you ready for when it's Friday night and the pressure on you to make the adjustment, and you gotta come up with, you gotta go through JC on his headset, or you gotta go through Zion on his headset, we gotta make a decision. There only nobody that agree with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make the call. I'm the last voice of reason. Are you ready for
Honestly,
that?
I have a lot of faith in my staff, and I have a lot of faith in myself. I've been through the process, bro. I've been through the growth process of starting off at West Tiverton Middle School and getting to where I need to be at right now. I mean, everybody can't make hard decisions. I'm good like that, and I can hold my shoulders are big enough to even for everybody to stand on. And if I screw up, I'm gonna let you know that's me. I take my lick. I ain't no such thing as pride. Only pride I got is I love Terrebonne.
Right.
And I love West St. John. I love people stick. But it ain't even about me. I told you from day one. Shit, I'll take my chuckles.
Right.
You agree, Buck?
We talked about it a little bit last week, man. This is what it's for. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you want. This is what's going on.
A lot of sleepless nights come with it.
I heard people that don't like you.
I heard Buck say this too.
Right.
Scared money, don't think about it. The hardest thing is gotta be made.
I know, like you said, you know, there's the backlash, the criticism, you know what I'm saying? All that come with it, because you might be the same person that will keep kid, man, Coach Dee.
Yeah.
Now I'm up there in the stands, I got 30, 40 people, I'm ridiculing, man, they need to be doing this. They need to run the sweep. So, and that comes with
It comes with the territory.
It all goes down, man. You in a place for OC to call that play, you in to approve it, whatever for a reason. You know what I'm saying? We all put in that work to do that.
Right.
You understand, and whoever say anything about it, they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? We went through the process, we understand everything. We've been battle tested before. You know what I'm saying? We gotta always be right either. Hope we miss something. Don't miss something. Right? You know,
But you gotta understand, sometimes you have the knowledge to make the adjustments, but you might not have the kids to make the adjustments.
Right, that too.
So people didn't realize that personnel plays a big part of it too.
One of the biggest.
You know what I'm saying? So
you go to double tight last year, I almost got 4 on it.
Man, there's so many components, and so many components, man. And the colleges make it look easy. The NFL make it easy. You know why? Because they got them numbers and they got them numbers. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with who you get that come through the door, and we're gonna coach them. We're gonna teach them all that come through the door. But when they can hand select everything, oh hell yeah, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look perfect. It's gonna look perfect, man.
Yeah, like y'all was saying, man, the criticism, you know, like the criticism gonna come, but you know, I look at it from a different perspective. I don't go to the car dealership and tell the car salesman how he should sell me that car.
Right.
I don't go to my doctor and tell my doctor that test that you ran, that wasn't the right one. You should pick another. So I look at it from the perspective of that's outside noise. You guys don't put in the work all the time that I put in. I'm spending hours. I'm spending days. I'm not talking to my kids on a lost week. I'm upset because I don't want that to rub off on my kids. I'm coming home and I know, man, I gotta isolate myself away from them because I don't want them to see my frustration. I'm thinking about somebody else's kids, and I got my own sons in the same position with me. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes from that perspective, y'all don't matter. It's about what could I do better than I did last week to help my kids be successful on that field.
And I'm glad that you're mad because I'm thinking how, you know, when you're mad, you gotta isolate yourself. You know how many times I heard, just don't be mad at me because y'all lost it. Man, but every time I come in the house, you know what I'm saying? I don't really want to talk. Don't be mad at me because you lost the game, but you know,
that's from hours. That's from dedication. You've been there, and this is the thing people don't understand. Coaching don't start on Friday. You can't coach on Friday. I tell the guys that's under me, I tell them, my position coaches, we're not coaching hard on Friday. What we're doing on Friday is motivating, encouraging, teaching short-term memory. Something bad happened, short-term memory. How can we evolve from that? Can we make a better play next time? So my thing is, people don't understand the time frame that you put in. Monday, I'm there all day. Sunday, I'm breaking down film. I'm sending texts. I'm making sure I know exactly what we're about to be going into the week, what we're facing. Saturday, I'm at the office with everybody else. We breaking down film. Man, what did they do? Look at that end. Okay, that end was bad. But it don't look like that on the tape next week. So you have to go through there and actually get those small tells to make sure I can get my players these details. Because I got to give this to all the kids on the offense. My receiver should know what that linebacker doing. My receiver should know what that cornerback is doing. He should be able to read that safety from the way he's lined up. He should know road coverages. I got to teach my quarterback to break all that down. So people don't understand the time that you put into it. So your criticism, I might hear it, and sometimes it's frustrating if it comes from somebody that you thought cared about you. That's when it's frustrating. When it's somebody that you thought cared about you. But when it's from the naysayers that I know they wouldn't put the time in for the amount of money that we make, they wouldn't even be here.
Well, let me say one thing too to all three of y'all before I let Buck go in. There's a difference between criticism and disrespect.
Correct.
Absolutely. You feel me?
Absolutely.
That's the key.
That's
It's
what
different from me coming to JC or coming to Buck. You know, I mean, Buck talk a lot. I come to Coach T.Y. or we get in a relationship now, I'll be like, man, you should have went, man. I think that backside was open. You know, that's just a lot of criticism. So he comes up there saying, man, you don't know what the F you doing. Get him the F on out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. And how you deal with it, Buck with you? How you know what I'm saying? You here? You know what I'm saying? Like, how that?
I talked about it a little bit last week, you know, Brandon. You know, you just gotta, you teach to your kids to stay calm and, you know, collected, you know what I'm saying, and be yourself. Like, sometimes you can't react to ignorance, you know what I'm saying? Because you just can't, because what they're not gonna get you to win. You know what I'm saying? JC was saying a whole bunch of stuff that we gotta do. A whole bunch of stuff. And it hurt when you lose just off of that, but guess what else we gotta do? Make sure they go to class. We gotta make sure they got their grades right. You know what I'm saying? We got some of them crying because they lost their girl. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do all that on top of that. As well as prepare them as best as we could for Friday, you know, so they could handle their business on Fridays. And then you still gonna criticize me, man? Come on, bro. Like, it hurts. It hurts. It's tough. Element of the game, been on the last couple of years. No, we won't have a lot of people understand. You know, we don't have a lot of, you hear everything. You know what I'm saying? You hear everything. Man, you don't know what he's doing. Man, go to double tight. No. Man, are you for real? Are you for real? Come and be a fan. I respect you. You know what I'm saying?
But then this is the thing. Go to double tight. Show me my personnel. Go to double tight.
I had that so hard.
Y'all need to put a tight end in there. Yeah. Tight end. I'm looking for one. If you can point one out, I'm gonna keep him on the field.
Go to Belgrade. What do you mean?
Run it to the reverse. This is dumb stuff. I love that, but it's just
But you gotta let it go in and outside.
And it go from the stand and it go to social media.
And it's so important for the coach to understand his personnel. You have to know what you have. If I have a 110-pound guy and he's a speedster, I can't bring him in tight and tell him to block somebody that weighs 240 pounds. Hey, buddy, you're going to tight end this week. Am I realistically putting this kid in a successful situation? I'm not being real with the kid.
So you definitely gotta ignore it, bro. You gotta believe in what you do, like what T.Y. said at the beginning. You gotta build that inside. You know what I'm saying? Everything out there really don't matter. I'm scared of. Once we become society, I might step outside and say, what up? You know what I'm saying? I'm scared of. You know I could be Coach Rob, you know what I'm saying? Because you doing so gracefully. I'm like, man, what up? You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, it's about the core, but the thing about nuclear plants, right? What a meltdown happened from the core, from the inside. They have it hard, concrete outside. Once you get your nucleus right, the inside right, man, you ain't gotta worry about that, man. They gonna see what they want, they gonna type what they want. You know, when I first got the Terrebonne job, and the article mentioned he's the first black head coach in the history of Terrebonne, people was bashing that. Why they gotta put that in there? My family members come to me, oh, I went on Facebook. Like I tell my family, man, let those folks do what they do. You ain't gotta go. Let them do say what they gotta say. At the end of the day, we went where we had. We got a job to do. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, none of that matters. You know, you know you gotta take care of these kids. You know, as a head coach, you gotta take care of your staff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take care of your administration. Everything else gonna work, man. The stands gonna say a lot. The stands gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? The stands can't play. 9 out of 10 they can't coach. 9 out of 10 they'll never be a coach. But guess what? They got a mouth. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, we appreciate you buying a ticket. That's all I'm saying.
Keep buying the ticket.
I appreciate you buying a ticket.
We need those. We need
the revenue.
Another thing in closing, man, more than a coach, you know what I'm saying? Me and Buck, we kind of put this out there, and that's our little thing we go by, man, the name of the podcast, because what y'all saying, y'all have to be more than that. You know what I mean? So, and before we close, we get out here, man, I'm going to go to JC. What that mean to you being more than a coach? You know what I'm saying? Being more than a man with the headphones set on. What that mean to you, man? So people that don't know can get an understanding. Parents that's coming in from 8th grade, 7th grade, you know what I'm saying? They about to come over to Terrebonne. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? What that means to them, the one that may not know? What being more
just for me personally, man, it means everything because I'm a father of 3 boys. all right? And I look at it from a perspective of a parent first. Who would I want my kids to play for? What would I want that person to embody?
Yeah.
Am I going to respect that guy enough and trust that guy enough to make sure that he's going to tell my son right from wrong? And for me, it's how do I live? How do I present myself to these kids? When these kids not around, do they know Coach Celestine is doing the right thing when nobody's watching? I tell my kids that all the time. And my number one thing is choices, life. Life is about choices. You got good choices and bad choices. There's no in between. I preach that to my kids. All the former kids that came through Terrebonne, they'll tell you, Coach will tell you, man, he gonna tell you about choices. Yeah. And I beat it like a drum because I want them to understand that. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't like to indulge in it, but I'm gonna just say it. I'm an African American. I make one mistake, that mistake is gonna follow me throughout. Right. I might not get that second chance. I know it's a touchy subject, but I have to touch on it. I'm an African American. Yeah. I make one mistake. I come from Martin Street. When people talk to me, they don't even know I'm from Martin Street. I have colleagues and people that work with me don't even know, man, I'm from the hood. Yeah. So when I'm teaching some kids or when I'm touching a kid life, I want that kid to understand everything that you're saying or going through, I've been through it. My mom couldn't pay the rent. We moved from house to house. Yeah. My lights got cut off. I've been through the same adversity you've been through, but it was all about choices that I made that to make a sacrifice to make sure my life is better. So when people come to me and they entrust their kids with me, I take it personal. Yeah. I take pride in it. I want you to know you don't have to worry about your kid around me because I'm going to teach your kid right from wrong. I'm going to treat your kid like I would do my son. And when I entrust my son to a coach, that's what I want. So I try to make sure I embody what I want in a coach for my own kids.
Right. What about you, Coach T.Y.? And then we're going to end it with you, man.
I heard that guy right there.
Man, you're the head man. We're being more than a coach to you, man.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? People don't realize how many lives we impact on a daily. On a daily. Buck, how long you been coaching, Buck? 12, 9
years.
Next year will be 13 years. I started young. I started playing college ball. I started young. You know what I'm saying? I coached people like Amik, and he was a 7th grader at West Temple. So you understand these guys come back to you and say, Coach, thank you. Because I remember that time you mentioned this. And I faced that. You know what I'm saying? And I faced that and I handled that way, Coach. And I ain't had to go through that. Or you got those guys that actually had to go through the process when they made that one mistake JC talking about, and they come to you and ask you and say, Coach, I need to talk to you. How can I get back right? You know what I'm saying? How can I get another chance? You know what I'm saying? So it's deeper, man. It's deeper. It's like I said, the game will be the game. But life, man, life is so much bigger, man. Life is so much bigger. And just to instill the small things in these kids, so when they have their kids, they're going to instill the same thing in their kids. You know, when I got the job, you know, the kids from Terrebonne was, man, the former kid coach, I'm talking about non-stop coach. Yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? Say, Coach, it's time. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against nobody else, man. But the kids are, you know, they want somebody that cares, man. They want somebody, not saying nobody cares, but if they wanted somebody that they know, if JC would have got the job, he got the same response. Because he cared about the kids. We brought the kids to the camps out of our pockets. You know what I'm saying? We did those things, man. And that's what it's about, man. Like I said, I guarantee you, I know at least 93% of my kids' names. Right. I guarantee you, I know at least 93% of the junior high kids' name that's coming to me. Guess where I'm at during the week? I'm on junior high campus. Coach, I'm on campus, right? How you doing? What's up, Trey? What's up, YJ? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Charles? You know what I'm saying? So, because I care, man. These kids gonna be underneath us for the next 4 years, and I'm gonna give you everything you need to be successful, man. Whether it's in the game of football or in the game of life, and that's a part of one of our missions, man. To make sure our kids are gonna get the necessary tools to be successful, not only in sports, but in the game of life as well. And that's part of our mission at Terrebonne. My coaches know it. Right. I know it, my administration, my AD, everybody know it. That's what we do at Terrebonne. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you don't need us teaching your kid about life, then our program is not for your kid.
Right.
But I promise you, we're gonna teach him right, we're gonna do him right because he's an educated man. I'm an educated man.
Right.
He's an educated man.
Right.
And we done been through that.
Right.
He, like he said, he grew up in the hood. I grew up in the hood. Buck grew up in the hood. We done been through the struggle. We know what it was when mama can't pay the rent.
Right.
You understand when daddy don't come around? We don't know what daddy. We done been through that, man. We done been through that. So I gotta teach my kids about quitting. Hey, dude, you gonna quit? So you gonna get married, have kids, and just quit because stuff got hard? You gonna be a deadbeat?
Okay.
I'm going to be like, no, cause I ain't what you quitting for? And that's what it is. You quit now, you always quit.
Right.
Now I'm telling you, cause stuff get hard. You can't run from problems. You gotta face it and figure out how to defeat it. And how you defeat it, man. Like I said, the cycle, man. That thing gonna keep revolving, man. That's what life do. Life keep revolving. So bad habits, if you let it allow them, it'll keep revolving. Good habits, it'll keep revolving, man. So my thing is, we preach life. We're gonna preach life. We're gonna preach them doing the right thing at all time. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome, man. What you got, Buck?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Them boys said a lot, you know, man. And I definitely believe Terrebonne got two good ones, though.
Yeah, I agree, man.
If I had a kid, I promise you.
Right.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm about to say
right now doing this solid, man. We got some solid about Buck have a solid staff too, man. Buck he biased about everything, but Buck got about all his coaches on his campus. See, I don't have that at Terrebonne. I got 2 coaches on campus, right? I'm trying to get all my coaches on campus, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Buck got all his coaches. So listen to me. When Buck start getting the support he needs from out the community, man, that place is gonna be successful because all his coaches is on staff preaching the same thing that he's preaching. But that's why they are part of the staff. When he has his meet, guys, this is my vision.
Right.
We all need to believe in my vision. If I hire you, I believe in you. You need to believe in me. So once he start getting that support he needs from the outside, man, stop it.
He gonna beat everybody but Terrebonne.
That's it. Week 6.
Appreciate y'all, man, for even just coming. Man, I said, now, talking with us, bro. This is more than the coach, man. More than the coach, man. That's the thing.
And people need to realize it's just more than coaches, man. We teachers, we fathers, we mentors, and we go getters, man.
Make sure y'all share this, man. These guys are putting on a great show. Appreciate y'all.